Hours after we learn that parole hearings won't start for another month and a half in order to comply with new laws, we're uncovering more about the case that started the reform effort.
Way 31's I-Team sat down with one of Jimmy Spencer's former wardens. Spencer is the parolee who is now the suspect in a Gunnersville triple homicide. We discovered there were several times that he should have been sent back to prison after his release.
The former warden told Way 31's Privett about warning signs that could have kept Spencer locked up.
I wouldn't have let him out.
David Wise was the warden at St. Clair Correctional Facility.
Oh, I knew him at St. Clair, and he was trouble, and I don't know how he got out.
Wise has choice words about Jimmy Spencer.
He was just, for lack of a better term, scum.
Spencer's charged in the killings of a Gunnersville grandmother, her grandson visiting from Huntsville, and the woman's neighbor.
Well, I sized him up as he was a troublemaker. He got some disciplinary reports. He didn't get along well with the staff. He had a terrible record.
The murders happened in July of last year. The Alabama Board of Pardons and Paroles released Spencer 6 months earlier.
I'd say that their judgment wasn't good on that one, and he should have never been let out. Spencer's one of those that should have never been let out.
There's a long list of warning signs that could have kept Jimmy Spencer locked up. Spencer had trouble coping inside prison walls. He had violent outbursts, broke rules, and constantly challenged correctional officers.
I mean, you know, if you can't get along inside there, what makes you think you're going to get along out here? And to me, no convict should get out on parole. I don't care what he's convicted of, if he cannot show respect for the staff and show respect for the rules and regulations of the facility.
Even so, Wise says deciding whether to release an inmate on parole means weighing risk.
I think it's a very difficult job to do. I mean, you know, it's a risk. And any way you look at it, corrections and parole are in the risk business. It's just the way it is. You take a risk every time you let one out.
He said even a nonviolent inmate could do the unthinkable.
He could get out and kill somebody the next day.
Wise insists there were missed opportunities to lock Spencer back inside prison walls.
But what really bothers me about the Spencer case is they were notified that this guy left that halfway house or whatever it was he was down there in Birmingham, and no action was taken. They didn't find him. They should have found him and locked him right back up then.
David Wise says Alabama's parole board should listen closely to corrections officers. They know the inmates.
You have to really, really get inside the guy's head, and I don't think they take enough information from, hey, why don't you call that correctional officer that's been walking around with this guy for 10 years and ask him some questions? He talked to him every day. He's the one that made him go take a bath when he was supposed to. He's the one that watched his habits every day. He's the one, or she's the one, that knows this guy personally. Why not talk to them?
Privett, Way 31 News.
As you heard, signs were missed inside the prison, but missteps even continued once he was released.
Spencer's disciplinary records from his time behind bars included more than 50 reports, among them escape attempts and assaults, but the board let him out anyway.
For a full look at the system and tools that said Spencer had a low to medium risk of reoffending, go to our website, waytv.com, and you can find all of our coverage under the I-Team tab.
In the Way 31